back to our channel.
In our last video, we did a little like 500 subscribers special. It was extra special. I just want to take time to thank you guys again for 500 subscribers. I think we're up to like 511 as of right now, which is just really cool that we have people that are interested in our content. So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe so that way we can continue to grow our channel.
But today we have a extra special video. It is this little guy's 6-month update. Because you're half a year old already.
It's crazy.
I told you not to grow so fast. We actually have never filmed an update for him, but we wanted to sit down and talk about everything that he's doing. That way we can look back on it, and also just kind of fun.
And if any of you guys have kids, kids are variable, so it's not exactly at 6 months old they should be doing all these things, and some of them might be doing more than this, but this is what he's doing, so if you're interested, we're gonna share a lot. He is like, it's crazy what he can do now that he couldn't do 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, to start with, this is Taran. He's so big, and this is what he looks like. So big and heavy.
You're looking at 27 inches long and 17 and a half pounds.
Yep, he had a doctor's appointment this week, so they're pretty updated stats on him. Sorry if you hear him throughout this video. Can we play with a quieter toy maybe? Let's get into the rest of the update. So we told you his height and his weight. He's now in 6 to 9 month clothes, and he's still wearing size 2 diapers, although at night we do put him in size 3. So we have less of a mess to clean up in the morning.
While we're on that, he isn't sleeping quite all the way through the night though. He wakes up how often?
So we do have like a bedtime routine that we do with him where we start getting him ready for bed sometime between 7 and 7:30. And we read him a book and get him in his pajamas and lotioned up. And then I feed him and rock him and put him to bed. So he falls asleep probably sometime around 7:30 or a little after, and then I do a dream feed with him at 11, and then he, on a good night, doesn't wake up till 4 o'clock to eat. Sometimes he wakes up more. We've done a little bit of sleep training. I think it's helped. We definitely have a ways to go to getting him to sleep through the night, but right now it's working pretty good. We can't really complain too much because he doesn't need soothed back to sleep or anything. When he does wake up in the middle of the night, he just wants to eat, and then he takes about 2 or 3 30-minute naps a day.
On a good day. He's not the best napper, but he's getting plenty of sleep. He sleeps on his stomach, which is
flat on his face.
Right, smashing his face right into his mattress. Now he has a baby, like an infant mattress. There's 2 sides, so I mean it's firmer, so that way you don't have to worry about them suffocating. That being said, obviously we still worry about it.
Our pediatrician did say that as long as they can get themselves in that position, they're strong enough to get themselves out of it. We never put him down for a nap on his stomach. We always lay him on his back, but he pretty much...
I mean, the second he hits, I literally put him down. He always rolls the same way too, so I literally put him down on one side of the crib because I know the second I get my hands off him, he rolls over right to the middle onto his face. Me and Abby, we might be a bit neurotic. He's our first kid, but we literally go check on him. I mean, like if I get up to get a glass of water in the middle of the night or go to the bathroom or something, I just take a peek at him. She's always, whenever she looks at the baby monitor, checking to make sure he's breathing, because it's just, I mean, his nose gets like red in the mornings because he just sleeps flat on his face the whole night. So that's probably our least favorite thing about this little dude.
So now he's mobile, which is a new thing for us. In July, at like 4 or 5 months old, he was barely rolling over. I mean, he would roll over from his back to his stomach and from his stomach to back, but he kind of just stayed in one spot.
We were in Colorado actually on a family vacation, and we just had him like in the living room where we were staying on the floor on a blanket, and he just decided he was going to start rolling like crazy. I mean, he would roll from one side of the room back, and we couldn't keep him on the blanket, which was like, he hadn't done that before, and that was in July. So he went from, you put him on the ground, he pretty much stays there. Yeah, he rolled over sometimes, but it took some coursing and to rolling all over the place. That was towards the end of July. So he was rolling around maybe a few weeks. Then he started to get up onto his arms and his elbows and knees, and that was I mean...
And he'd like scoot a little.
Yeah, like barely...
He'd like fall forward and move, and that would be him moving.
Yeah, sometimes he'd try to go forward and end up going backwards somehow, I don't know. That lasted maybe a week. I really don't know. It was not very long at all from when he went to just rolling up onto his arms and knees to then he decided, this isn't fun, I'm just gonna start moving where I want to go. And it still is not, even to this day, very graceful. He still has to get the finesse down of it, but he moves. I mean, he goes wherever the heck he wants to go. If you put a toy over there, he's gonna crawl over and grab it. And like he goes over to Lola and he does he does his own thing. It's been interesting. Like I said, it went very quickly from not able to, I mean, probably like a month, from not even rolling over most of the time to being able to go where he wants to go.
So now he kind of can stand up too when he is holding on to something. I didn't even know that was a thing until one day I was getting ready in the bathroom and he was taking a nap, and then I heard him, and so I turned the corner and I see this and he is just standing holding onto his crib looking at me. So that's new. He doesn't do that too often though, just when he's really brave.
Since doing that though, like I said, it's not very graceful, so he does smack his head quite often, which he doesn't love. We don't like it either, but there's a lot more thumping going on. He'll be in his crib and all of a sudden you hear a thump. I'm like, oh great, and then he starts crying, and middle of the night, doesn't matter what.
Well, and he can get himself onto things, but he can't get himself down. So.
He was also standing, holding onto stuff, rolling over, and able to move around, like crawling and stuff. He still could not sit unassisted. Then, like, literally
overnight.
Tuesday this week, I think.
No, it was before that, because he had a doctor's appointment on Monday. And I was worried about telling the doctor that he couldn't sit unassisted yet. And then like Sunday night he decided, or Monday morning he decided he was going to sit unassisted.
And that's kind of been how everything was. Like I said, in Colorado, like he just decided he was going to start rolling off wherever he wanted. And then he just decided he was going to start getting on his hands and knees. And then, I mean, like, it's not like taking much trial and error for him to just decide, oh, I'm going to do this. And now he can sit. He just sits. I mean, he sometimes has to put a hand down, but I mean, he, for the most part, can sit unassisted, which is new as of literally 5 days ago, so. And
that's pretty much it for him being mobile. He does have a walker that his great-grandparents got him, and he can walk around in that a little bit. This little dude is on the move. With being on the move, he is eating because he needs those extra calories. So we started...
Oh my goodness. He also fake coughs. Not very important, but
he does fake cough.
If you heard that, that's what that was.
So at, I think 5 months and 2 weeks, we started baby-led weaning, and we've taken a pretty gentle approach into baby-led weaning. So we offer him like a puree or a puree consistency, like cereal, applesauce, something like that, on a loaded spoon. And then we also offer him something that's like a soft solid, like a strip of avocado, banana. He's had green beans, zucchinis, stuff like that.
Which we did do a whole video on that, so if you want to see just the whole video,
I'll link it down below. He's pretty much liked everything that he's eaten.
He makes the funniest faces when he's eating. Some of them, you would think he's not liking them, but he always comes back for more. Yeah.
He's a bottomless pit.
Yeah, you can see that gut. He eats well, which is, I think, helped him sleep a lot more through the night.
He also eats pretty regular with breastfeeding. We're pretty consistently eating probably 8 to 10 times a day, if not more. Honestly, I don't keep track. If you didn't know, I stay at home with him, so he doesn't really get bottles very often, but he will take them. I think his favorite thing that we fed him so far, I put some hummus on some toast strips, and he really seemed to enjoy that.
So now we're going to talk about poop a little bit, because it's just something you got to talk about when you have newborns. You talk about everything, but so the next few minutes are going to be us talking about his poop. If you don't want to hear it, go ahead and skip. I think it's common knowledge that to everyone that has kids that once they start eating real food, that their poop is going to change significantly. For those that don't know, breastfed newborn baby feces does not smell the worst. It doesn't really smell. It's gross, it's poop, but like food poop smells bad.
But it didn't happen right away, I don't think. I think the day after he ate solids for the first time, there was definitely a difference, but there was a specific time.
One of the first times I really noticed anything, I actually got left on my own when Abby went to do makeup for a wedding, so I was with Taryn for the whole day, and he had butternut squash the night before, like a puree, and eaten a lot of it, and I swear to you, it smelled just like butterscotch, like candy or something. It wasn't really a bad smell. It was very strong though. Like he was sitting there, we were sitting there playing in our living room, and all the windows open and everything. I was like, what in the world is that smell? And then I finally realized it was coming from his back end.
He has started teething. He has a tooth that's kind of poked through a little bit. It hasn't came all the way down yet. And it's actually a top tooth.
Yeah, normally your bottom middle teeth come in first. It's totally normal. It's normal but uncommon. One of the top side teeth coming in first. So I don't know if it's a canine or what.
So with that, everything goes in his mouth. He's always munching on his hands. He's always got like teething toys in his mouth.
Chew toys.
And chew toys. Sometimes I give him frozen fruit in those like little mesh things, and those kind of help. Our pediatrician did say no. What are they?
Teething, like analgesic gel or something that's gonna reduce pain.
Yeah, she said that that's not safe, so we have not given that to him. We've given him Tylenol a couple times, but overall he's a pretty happy baby. And he doesn't complain too much. But with the teething, there is a lot of drool. And with the drool has come dry skin. We actually talked to our pediatrician about it Monday because we were concerned he might have eczema, because no matter how much we lotioned it with his Honest Company lotion, it wasn't helping.
He has like a spot right here where he drools constantly and his chin rubs, so that's the worst spot, but he has had some on his legs too.
And she recommended we use Aquaphor, and that's really seemed to be helping so far. Now we're going to talk about some of the things that this little guy likes at 6 months old. The first thing I can think of is his little activity center. He goes in that multiple times a day. That's usually the first thing that he does in the mornings, is go in there and hang out for a little bit so I can get my coffee and brush my teeth and all that stuff in the mornings. He likes to be carried around in his Soleil baby wrap when we go out and about. He still is not a huge fan of his car seat, like in stores and stuff, so putting him in his stroller is just not really an option. We took him on a walk, like buckled into the actual stroller, not in his car seat, and he did seem to enjoy that. He actually ended up falling asleep.
He is still just a bit small. I mean, you could strap him into it. He just kind of slunches over and doesn't look like he's in the most comfortable position, but he doesn't hate it.
Putting him in the Soleil baby wrap has worked really well. Every week when we go to the grocery store, that is what I put him in, and it works pretty good.
He also, one of his favorite things, second to Abby, even before me, I think he likes Lola, our dog, more than most things. If she's in the room and he sees her, he crawls right over to her and starts putting his hands on her face. She licks his hands a lot, and he just laughs when she's licking his hands, and we always have to wash them afterwards, of course, but...
Where you going?
Lola, hey. You like Lola? Lola? Lola?
Ew, she licked.
Lola?
Hey, not his face. Sweet girl, not his face. You like Lola?
Lola?
I was really surprised. I was kind of nervous when we brought him home because Lola can be crazy, but she's done really good with him. He also really likes to grab her ears, and I mean, she'll get up and walk away when she's had enough, but she has never ever shown any aggression or anything towards him. I think she really enjoys.
Yeah, when we say we were like, she gets crazy, she like gets really
Jumpy, runs around the
rambunctious.
room.
People have dogs call it the zoomies. She just goes nuts, and we were worried that she would jump on him, or do something accidentally, not even realizing he was there, jump on him or run into him or knock him over or something like that. She's about this far off the ground, about 29 pounds of like muscle, so she's got some momentum behind her that she can throw around, so that was what we were concerned about, not her being aggressive or anything like that. He also really likes himself. He has a mirror. His closet doors in his nursery here are mirrors. And
that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, he crawls over to that thing and likes to make out with himself.
He's really easy to make laugh and make smile now.
He has the cheesiest smile.
And it's fun to figure out what makes him smile. He's very ticklish. He just likes to be messed with and...
Something we kind of take for granted, we don't like necessarily notice about him, but he's got big blue eyes, like pretty big eyes, and everyone when we're walking around in public always just stares at him. They're like, oh wow, he's just very observant and looking around.
Wide-eyed.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it just looks normal to us. He's got that like cartoon baby thing going on, especially with his hair right now. Like, oh, what?
He also cries when he doesn't like something now, where before he would cry if he was hungry or needed his diaper changed, like very like routine baby things. Now he'll cry if you walk away from him and he doesn't want you to walk away from him. He'll cry if you take a toy from him that he wants.
If you eat in front of him.
Yes, that's huge. He will lift up his arms for you. Not like fully lift up his arms, but like when he wakes up from a nap and is crying, I just go and stick my hands in the crib and he crawls over and like lifts up an arm and I pick him up. He waves a little. It's not like a real wave, and honestly, I don't know where he got it from, but all of a sudden he just started.
He kind of just like looks at, he does it to things that aren't us too, so I don't know that it's waving. It's just, I think he's just wanting something, so he just kind of sits there and goes like that towards it. But every time he does it to us, we always wave back at him.
I want him to, hi! The pediatrician asked if he claps yet, which I was looking that up. It seems really early for clapping, but now we go, yay, Tyrion, yay! And he gets a kick out of that. Yay!
He has not started talking, as in, he babbles, but he has not started like saying anything like dada or mama or
Any
Lola.
really consistent syllables
Yeah.
he doesn't say. And
Although
he
we
doesn't
have
even-
tried.
Every night for a little bit we'll say mama, 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 or dada, 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 and just to kind of get him used to hearing the syllables. And I've heard reading to them helps with that too.
Hey.
Oh, he likes us?
He has
And that's about it.
bit of separation anxiety. There's even times he doesn't like me. He just wants to be with Abby.
Yeah, and if he's with Jonathan and he decides he wants me, he'll like stiffen up his whole body and like move it towards me, but he can't like reach yet. He hasn't figured that out.
He really likes baths still.
Yeah, sometimes I'll take a bath with him too, and we turn on some like kids music and he really enjoys that. He's still in our room. He sleeps in his crib, but it's in our room. He cries when he wants us. So that's been kind of a challenge at night when he wakes up in the middle of the night. It's kind of started a little regression where he cries because he knows I'll come get him, and he'll look at through the slats of his crib at me.
It's really funny because like in the mornings he wakes up like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. When he wakes up then he's just awake in his crib and he's just kind of making noise. He's not like upset, but it's really funny because he'll just sit there and he'll peek through the slots like Abby was saying. And there's one spot, he kept getting his arms and legs stuck outside of his crib, so we have a mesh guard thing there so he can't do that. But there's a spot towards the end that it's not there, and so he always crawls down to that side and looks through the hole, and it's funny. And if he spots you, he just lights up. He starts smiling and everything, and then if you don't pick him up, he gets mad.
And then Jonathan runs out of the room and pretends like you didn't make him mad.
Yeah, so he's totally fine until he sees you awake, and then he wants out of his crib. And so like I've had mornings where I have to get up to go somewhere early. I'll have to like duck out of bed and then like scurry along the floor to get out of the room so he can't see me, because
Or there's times where I know Jonathan's about to come in and say goodbye and I'm like, don't come in.
So that's been fun.
We are planning on trying to transition him into his own room within the next few months. It's hard because like we said, he doesn't sleep through the night, so it just makes it a lot easier to have him in our room where I literally just like stand up, grab him, feed him, put him back in bed.
It's been for our benefit to have him in there.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We know we have kind of a different dynamic for the mom videos, but we're both in his life, and so we both like doing these videos and updating you guys together.
So we've been thinking about making a video off footage we already have. When he was born, he actually had his umbilical cord rupture. We have it all on video. Obviously, we'd have to edit it to prevent, you know, people that don't want to be seen and
areas
modesty.
I don't want to be seen. My labor with Taryn was pretty traumatic actually, and we didn't really ever touch on that. We never really talked about it. If you looked at our birth story, you would really have no idea that like he was in distress and
ended up in the NICU and all. It wouldn't be hugely long. We have a lot of footage from that day, obviously, and we didn't put hardly anything of him like actually being born in the, I mean, we have a few clips, but it was just very stressful, and obviously
we wanted that video to be a happy video to look back on.
But if you're interested in seeing that, I think we're gonna make it either way, but you can let us know. Basically our experience with birth, ruptured umbilical cord, our thoughts on it.
That's gonna be it for today's video.
All right, we have a diaper to change. We're gonna go do that, so.
Jonathan's gonna go do that. So we will catch you in our next video. Ooh, he's heavy.